They were saying we were murderers, killers. We shouldn't be there. You know, given the reasons that I found later to be real, you know, the reasons for our being in Vietnam was not these noble reasons that were given.
I don't know why we have such trouble differentiating the war from the warrior. You can hate the war, but why hate the warrior? He's doing what's asked of him, or her.
I think part of you is forever lost, but there's got to be a landing zone somewhere that we can go on from. You'd think we'd be there by now, but still a lot of guys that haven't found their way home, I don't think.
We're inbound to LG Lambeau.
Thank you, I want to thank you from my heart. And there's a million others just like me who want to do the same. We want to thank you, finally say the words we should have said. It's long overdue. We want to thank you.
LZ Lambeau's
welcomes home. It's
filled with emotion.
Live from Lambeau Field.
Wisconsin heroes.
A giant map on displays.
Motorcycle honor ride.
National Guard soldiers surrounded the bowl.
We witnessed history here tonight at Lambeau Field.
This song is for all you did. I saw you back when I was a kid. Saigon was burning on my TV.
We developed an original curriculum.
If you're really bad off, they got to get you out of there.
When you came home, you must have felt all alone. It's a little late, but I'm gonna say it. Thank you, I wanna thank you from my heart. And there's a million others just like me who wanna do the same. We're gonna thank you, finally say the words we should have said. It's long overdue. We wanna thank you.
Thank you for your service and welcome home.
Welcome home after all these years. We've seen the wall, we've shared your tears. 58,479 strong. Woo! Brave men and women fell. God knows it must have been hell. I'm sorry that it took so long. Thank you, I want to thank you from my heart. And there's a million others just like me who want to do the same. We're gonna thank you, finally say the words we should have said. It's long overdue. We want to thank you.
Army veteran. He served in Vietnam from September 67 to September 68, and he jokingly called it the quiet time. He was an air intelligence advisor for Vietnamese I Corps. He was our event director. He shared the story as well.
Thanks. The goal was to have attendees move from being just present and observers to being participants. One of the things you saw was the map, which was gigantic, about 100 and, what was it, 108 by
140 by 103 feet.
Yeah. And they could walk on it, write on it, and there were some very, very moving things that happened there when they actually got to the map and saw and were able to show their families or friends or to meet people who had also been there. It was really critical for Vietnam veterans because many of us had really closed down. A lot of people came home, put the uniform away, never talked about it. I couldn't even count the number of brothers, sisters, wives, kids who said, never heard about it. Friends who didn't even know that their best buddy was in Vietnam. And the response we got at the moving wall, of course, was one thinking about and honoring people who had fallen. At the paper wall, you saw some of those high school students standing around what looked like just hanging paper sheets. Those were all the obituaries of all fallen Wisconsin Vietnam veterans organized by county. And a lot of people found friends and found people that they didn't know about at that point. And the communities, the response to the communities for the first time when they went through Freedom, Wisconsin, just so happened, en route from Appleton to Green Bay, the motorcycle ride, that portion of it went through a town called Freedom. It was an example of communities turning out and for the first time veterans and communities really working together. Schools were let out, businesses closed, and everybody was out along the route. We had been working for 2 years with a group called the Allies. It was 80 veterans representing veterans organizations and organizations that work with veterans. They were our screen to make sure that we didn't do things that really aggravated veterans. We'll talk more about that during the session on Thursday. But there was a response also by the veterans in Lambeau, greeting other veterans with their wives, with their husbands. A lot of women veterans were there. And post-Lambeau, I cannot even begin to tell you how many letters, emails, Twixes, and other communications we've gotten from veterans saying thank you, from veterans' wives and kids saying thank you. You don't know what this has meant to our family to finally talk about it. And just the other day, I got a video from a friend who went to a display of the paper wall at our state capitol back in November. I haven't seen it yet, but his wife videotaped the entire event and then sent it to us. She wrote and said, "You saved our family." When I saw the portrait exhibit at Chase in Madison, I did so with my daughter, and when we left, we were walking along, and she said, "You know, Dad, I never told you that from the time that I was 6 until I was 14, I had horrendous nightmares about you being in Vietnam and never coming back." That was the first time I ever knew that she had gone through that 8 years of trauma. But this has happened in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of families. So we brought the community together with the veterans and the veterans together with the community for the first time in 40 years. I hope when
Thanks, Don, and I want to make sure you... Make sure you got a chance to see him. We're really glad he's here early this week. The presentation is on Thursday at 2 o'clock, and please, Don has some stories. We have some stories, man. We're just touching the tip of the iceberg. Let me finish by letting you know that we've been working, thanks to a grant from CPB, to provide a toolkit for all stations. As you all know, Ken Burns is embarked on a Vietnam project. That's a little bit down the road, but we have an opportunity as a system in our communities and in this country to do something, to be part of something that is this extraordinary healing opportunity. The website, and we'll tell you more about that on Thursday, is lzlambeau.org/toolkit. There you'll find information about fundraising for this kind of project, developing partnerships with veterans organizations, producing the documentary, our sense of the community engagement here. There's our curriculum materials, and you'll see more in some of the video that I know that when you go back to your place, you'll want to share with people to get a sense of the power of this project. Thanks to CPB for opening up this opportunity, and thanks for Nita for a chance to share this story.
Very much to Don and John and to Kevin. These are two amazing community engagement projects. We are going to take a very quick break, a little shorter than what's in the schedule, just to get us back on time. But take about a 5-minute break, stretch break. It says stretch break. I didn't know if I was supposed to lead us in singing, taking out to the ball game. But if you'd like, I'll do that. But anyway, but please try to be back in about 5 minutes. We've got a session on editorial integrity and an update on the CPB-funded project with Ted Critchell and Tom Thomas. Thanks.